What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. As the directors for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, the Russo brothers, continue to talk about the films, we continue to learn a lot more about the films. And recently, they have been talking a lot about Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Since Robert Downey Jr. was announced at San Diego Comic-Con in 2024 to be returning as Dr. Doom and the Russo brothers alongside him, fans have been wondering what Marvel Studios' specific plans are for bringing back specifically Robert Downey Jr., who started the MCU as Iron Man, as Dr. Doom, especially because the Russo brothers announced that he is going to be Victor Von Doom. They specifically mentioned his name. Now, I'm still on the fence about that. I still think he's playing a variant of Tony Stark, especially if you consider what the Russo brothers recently said about Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. They said the events of Avengers Endgame, specifically Tony Stark snapping and his death, directly tie into the story of Avengers Doomsday. When asked specifically about that scene, the Russo brothers said, "We can't explain that as it's part of the story." But there's nobody else in the world who could play this character the way he's about to. Could that be because he looks exactly like Tony Stark because it's the same actor? Well, they're obviously going to do something with Dr. Doom looking exactly how Tony Stark looked. Otherwise, why bring back Robert Downey Jr.? What would be the point? Why not just get a new actor to play Doom? And yes, bringing back Robert Downey Jr. definitely has increased the hype for the film. If anything, it's increased the curiosity by a lot. Because like I always say, whether you like this or not, everybody's talking about it and are wondering what exactly their plans are. Well, thanks to an insider report today, we might have an idea of one thing the Russo brothers are planning to do. And that is have Dr. Doom use the fact that he looks like the Tony Stark that the Avengers once knew and loved to his advantage, which would be a very Doom thing to do. And when I think about this, I particularly think about Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Dr. Doom manipulating Spider-Man because he looks like his old mentor and father figure, Tony Stark. This is something that I think a lot of people expected to see, and something that we might actually see in the movie, because according to the Inside Scooper, My Time to Shine Hello, in an exclusive post on X, Avengers Doomsday will reportedly feature Victor Von Doom taking advantage of his resemblance to Tony Stark to present himself as an ally to the MCU. Now, take this with a grain of salt because the insider My Time to Shine Hello has been wrong in the past, but she has also been right. And honestly, this is something that I have been expecting to happen in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars for a while. In fact, I actually thought at first, if Dr. Doom really is a Victor Von Doom, if Robert Downey Jr. is returning to specifically play Victor, they might actually go the route of him pretending to be Tony Stark because he looks exactly like him. This would just make sense to do. If you're Dr. Doom and you are trying to do things a very specific way that you think a lot of the heroes out there in the multiverse might kind of not see eye to eye with you and go against you and possibly even fight you for, you would say, "Hey, it's me, Tony Stark, the person that you knew and loved from this universe. I'm a variant, obviously, but I am trying to save the multiverse. I am Tony." If you're Dr. Doom, this would be the path of least resistance, and we have been hearing from other insiders that Dr. Doom will have his own team. In fact, he won't just have his own team, but it sounds like, and this is just a rumor for now, but what it sounds like is some of the heroes that we know and love from our main universe might actually follow Doom as well. Because based on everything we know, Dr. Doom is going to be doing what he tries to do in the Secret Wars comics from the 2015 story, and also the Time Runs Out story leading up to Secret Wars. And that is, he's going to try and save the multiverse. So originally, at least, it seems like Dr. Doom will have a good cause. Now, how he's going to go about trying to achieve that cause, that's going to be something entirely different than how our Tony Stark might try to do that. Or is it? In the comics, there's actually a debate on how to go about saving their own universe. Because when incursions happen, there's really only two choices. You let the two Earths hit each other and both universes get destroyed, or you destroy the other Earth. And of course, this leads to a divide in the heroes in the comics. But guess which side Tony Stark is on? And I'm assuming Dr. Doom is not going to be too different. In fact, in the comics, when Doom realizes that he's not going to actually be able to save the multiverse, he takes the power of the Beyonders by attacking them, and then then he creates Battleworld. Doctor Strange is there alongside of him, and he kind of objects at first, but Doom says, isn't this better than the entire multiverse collapsing and nothing being left? Isn't it better to save one thing? And Doctor Strange agrees. And I think this might be how Doctor Doom gets some people on his side. Now, another report that we heard is that Doctor Doom is going to be racing to get to Loki, and we're assuming he's racing against the other Avengers who are trying to stop him. Because although he might pretend to be Tony Stark at first, or use Tony Stark from their universe being a hero and the fact that he looks like him to his advantage, ultimately I think that the heroes are going to figure it out. Actually, I ultimately think it's going to be Spider-Man using his spider sense to figure it out. At first, I'm sure he's going to be excited. It's a variant of Tony Stark. Maybe he's kind of just like him from our universe. I can work with him again and we could save the multiverse. But Doom is Doom, and eventually he's going to say some things that differentiate him from their Tony Stark, the main Tony Stark. And again, Spider-Man, even without his spider sense, would probably be the one to pick up on this. I would say it would probably be Steve, but of course he's not there anymore. We are probably going to get a Steve Rogers variant, but he's probably going to be on Doom's side. And even going into it, I actually think that Sam Wilson and Bucky and a few other characters are actually going to be very skeptical when they see Dr. Doom pop up looking exactly like Tony Stark. And they rightfully so should be. But I think some of the Avengers are going to think that even if it isn't Tony Stark, Dr. Doom might have a good plan to save the multiverse. And then that is where we're kind of going to get our divide. And we might even see some of our heroes go up against each other. And honestly, this makes sense. It happens in the comics a lot. Heroes have to do something and they disagree with how to do it. And I really think that is actually going to be a big part of Avengers Doomsday, especially if Dr. Doom tries to act like he is Tony Stark and then gets revealed to actually be Doom. Because I imagine if that happens, he's still going to give somewhat of a speech of, hey, listen, the reason I did that is to try to get you all on my side, so you would trust me, because this is a cause that I believe in. We have to do this to save the entire multiverse. You all didn't know who I was, and I look exactly like Tony Stark, so I figured I'd just say I was him for the cause. We have to do this. You must rally behind me and help me, or the multiverse and everything is going to be destroyed. And I think that some heroes, although they might still be pretty skeptical about it, might agree. Despite whoever this person is, whoever this new Dr. Doom person is, Victor Von Doom is, he's right. We have to come together and try to save something in the entire multiverse, where the other part might say, no, we got to save everything, but Doom says we can't. It's too late. And then from there, I think that's when we get sort of the race to Loki, because clearly Loki has some type of control over the multiverse right now. He's holding it together. And I also assume at some point in time, Dr. Doom is going to get kind of the technology of the TVA, the technology of Kang. In fact, I really do hope they show Dr. Doom kind of defeating Kang in the Council of Kangs. So Dr. Doom, with the power and the technology of Kang, getting to Loki, who is holding the multiverse together right now, that could lead to God Emperor Doom. And there's even been a rumor, and I stress that this is a rumor for now, that the Scarlet Witch is going to side with Dr. Doom. And if that's the case, you have two incredibly powerful sorcerers, plus all the other abilities that the Scarlet Witch has, like reality manipulation. And they did kind of tease that she was a Nexus being in WandaVision. They might go back to that as well. Dr. Doom might even create Battleworld through the Scarlet Witch, and the Scarlet Witch might actually think that she is now doing good because she is trying to save the multiverse, not knowing that she's actually being manipulated by Dr. Doom. There's honestly so much that they can do with Dr. Doom, especially if he's going to pretend that he is a Tony Stark variant. I'm just super excited to see what the story is going to be and what the Avengers think when they find out, hey, this is actually not Tony. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts about how you think that's going to go down in the comments down below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel news, rumors, or leaks. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.